You know, our reason for coming here, my reason for coming here, you may have your own reasons. It could be for the cookies, I suppose. But my reason is to exalt the Spirit, to lift us, to see something more, something better, something different, to find the 20 seconds of insane courage that moves us out of life as usual into some other more authentic, more spirit-felt, heartfelt intention. That song, it truly makes me weep every time I hear it. And of course, Whitney Houston made that song famous during the Olympics, but it all by itself lifts the spirit. I probably don't even need to say one more thing, but I will. So our month is on transcendent purpose. The word transcendent means beyond or above the range of normal or merely physical human experience. So a purpose that transcends what we might be told or taught or feel our purpose is. Now, if you ask the world, if you went around, to the airports and pretended you were a graduate student and wanted to know what people thought the meaning of life was, it'd be interesting to see the answers we get. Like, what's your purpose? It definitely is not to work and make money. That is not your purpose. Your purpose isn't even really to have power or prestige or be well-liked or to look good or to be slender or to be healthy. None of those things are your purpose. Well, I should say they're not your only purpose. Do you understand? It kind of leads to an existential angst. If you're walking around thinking that your success or value lies somewhere in your pocketbook or on the trophies on the wall. Now, it could be, our story today about the turtle, this woman's purpose was transcendent. It was beyond going to Costco and buying toilet paper, even though you have to do that, right? Even though you have to do all of those mundane, meaning of the world things, that isn't enough to satisfy the spirit within you. From home office, we got this reading that goes with their purpose, their assigned purpose for the month. Transcendent purpose is the fusion of going beyond perceived limits and living with deep awareness, determination, and intention. It represents a radical vision of surpassing outer limits, imagining infinite possibilities, and achieving what seems unattainable. By merging transcendent aspirations with purposeful living, you create a powerful trajectory toward extraordinary accomplishments on both personal and collective levels. How many of you have had that moment yet, as of now, it may be coming, but have had the moment when you had to choose extraordinary over ordinary in kind of a scary, terrifying, exhilarating way? Yeah. It comes with, it's very interesting because I think it comes with 20 seconds of insane courage. Like when the invitation comes, it's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go do that because I'm ready. It's more like there's something so deep inside of you that knows this is the time and the moment when you leap, when you leave your life as you knew it or know it, that you do something so terrifying and so out of the box for you that it kind of scares you to death, but you have no choice but to do it. And the doing of it, it doesn't really change the mundane so much because you still have to go to Costco and buy toilet paper every month, but it changes you because it reveals to you something extraordinary. something that you didn't know was there, something that will give meaning and purpose to all of the things that you normally do in the world. Because Joel Goldsmith said it best in his writings, living between two worlds. We live between the world of being human and the world of being spirits. This goes on to say, living from transcendent purpose involves embracing a turbocharged passion for life and striving to bring forth a new reality. It means reaching inwardly to express outwardly what spirit is calling for. You go inside to express what your spirit is calling, connecting to a higher vision that transforms imagination into tangible experience. This approach to purpose transcends ordinary goals, guiding us toward a profound truth and a new paradigm of living that aligns with aligns with our vision for creating a world that works for everyone. So now I actually kind of want to, now that I've said all that, to tell you, I mean, obviously when I'm scheduled to do a talk, I have to study for the talk, right? I have to think about the talk and research the talk and whatever it is we do to bring forth something of meaning. And more often than not, it morphs for me into something simpler or something different. And this one did the same thing. I'm now going to tell you that I think there is no purpose for living. That I think the purpose for living is living. Now, if you go into nature, you will see and you will know that the only purpose a lion has is to be a lion. And the only purpose a rose has is to be a rose and to do what roses do, and lions do what lions do, and they're not having existential angst over whether they're doing it right or whether they're doing it perfect. You don't really see, and some animal lovers, including myself, might argue with this point with me a bit, but for the most part, you don't see verklempt vipers, depressed dolphins, sad squirrels. You really don't see giraffe trying to get over their terrible childhoods. You don't see beavers trying to build a better dam than their neighbors. Everything in nature is doing life. Nothing more than that and nothing less than that. And also in nature, by the way, they do all the things we do. They play, they argue, sometimes they're territorial, but there's nothing going on there except being what they have been made to be. So it is with us. In its simplest form, our only job is to live. And to do that, you have to get uncaught. You have to get, as Michael Singer might say, you have to get untethered. Untethered from the lesser ideas about why you're alive. Because there is no reason there's no reason more grander than to be alive and to live life. The purpose of life is being alive. Now, I might argue with you that if you're stuck in the past, lamenting your lot in life, stuck in your story of doom and gloom and sadness, stuck in fear about whether or not you're going to be a bag person at the side of the road in your 80s, if you're terribly afraid of germs or death or disease, I could argue with you that you're not alive. I take it back, that you're not living life. You're not present to life. You're not aware. You become unaware of beauty. You become unaware of miracles. You become unaware of opportunities to play and to celebrate. I even think sometimes when we're sleepwalking that way that we're not even really available to feel sorrow or grief or any like authentic things that would normally happen. You know, when elephants lose an elephant, they grieve. They circle up the elephant, the dead elephant, and they grieve. Some of us don't even do that. Some of us, it's way too emotional, right? Way too above or below our line of normal. So this month, I think the opportunity is to really see that there is no there's no place to go. There is in this moment an invitation perhaps into your greatest yet to be. An invitation to be better, an invitation to be funnier or smarter, or to sing your song, or to write your book, or to jump out of an airplane, or to start a women's group. It may be your time to become different than you have been in the past, but that is such a holy invitation. One moment in time, to be more than you thought you could be. If you haven't had that one moment invitation, it would be great to have it, to make it welcomed. Jamie Lula, has he ever been here, Jamie Lula, the singer? No. He's a posse, a New Thought posse singer. And he wrote a song, I will not waste one more minute of my life. It's a beautiful song. I will not waste one more minute. I will not waste one more minute being codependent. I will not waste one more minute being sad. I will not waste one more minute sitting here wondering what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. You know, Sadhguru, teacher, said, only happy, he goes, happy, authentic, expressing people never wonder what their purpose in life is. Only sad people who are waiting to find out wonder what their purpose is in life. So you can see you get to decide your purpose and you can't get it wrong. And some of you know what your purpose is, but you don't do it. Is that true? Somebody chuckled, at least it's true for one person, right? So some of you know what your purpose is, but you're doing other things, waiting until you get smart enough or rich enough or enough help to do your purpose, right? So you're doing what you're doing while your purpose, which you know is what your purpose is waiting. You're waiting for something else to happen. Don't wait. There is no time to waste. Now this woman with this turtle, it's a beautiful story because it's so easy for us as humans. There's so little of me and so many of you, right? I'm just one person. What can I do? You know, what can I do about all the things I don't like, all the situations in the world that don't represent the spirit, that don't represent love or don't represent joy? What can I do? Well, you can go wash a turtle. Or a horse. Or weed a garden. Or help a friend. Save a kitty. Yeah. I mean, there is no purpose too small. You can't get it wrong. So the real task is for you to make way in your life for you to be able to live it. To give yourself permission to live it. To give yourself permission to have it. I have too many things in my hands. So Ralph Waldo Emerson, a beautiful quote. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you into something else is the greatest accomplishment. And you know, this never stops, by the way. When you're a young child, your parents are trying to make you into something. It doesn't really matter. In college, your friends are trying to make you into something, your teachers trying to make you into something, your husbands and wives. It goes on and on, really. As old society's trying to make us what to be as old people. And that's kind of my reality, right? So the world says this is what a 70 something person looks like, and this is what they do, and this is what they can't do. Does anybody else have that you're dealing with? Yes. Or this is what, it doesn't, you know what I'm talking about. So this quote just says, just be yourself. Be yourself. Neil Donald Walsh, who wrote the Conversations with God books, thank you, says life is pointless, and that is God's greatest gift. I really want, if you guys can catch this in consciousness today, I'm a child of the 60s, and in the 60s I did the S training, and in the S training, Werner Erhard said this, and just, I want you to watch your reaction when I repeat it. He said, life is empty and meaningless, and it's empty and meaningless that it's empty and meaningless. Do you find that rather disturbing? But it's really what I'm talking about today, is that there is no inherent purpose or reason. You know, lions don't be lions so that giraffes will like them, or so that they'll have good retirements. They're lions because they're lions. So now, does that mean, we as humans need meaning, by the way. We are meaning-making machines. So even when there isn't any meaning, you're going to make one up. But if you know that you're making it up, if you can sit in the awareness, and you might have to sit in the awareness of this for a little while, but if you sit in the awareness that everything you think is important, maybe it's not. Everything you think is wrong, maybe it's not wrong. Everything you think is right, maybe it's not right. Maybe life is without a point, which is also God's greatest gift. So we are free to be, to have, and to do anything and everything we want to do. So part of this, we have to lean into our ongoing conversation, which is, you are incredibly important, valuable and worthy, inherently valuable and worthy. Not because you have money, not because you're smart, not because there's no reason that you are a good, worthwhile, valuable piece of this puzzle we call life. And that whatever it is you're doing, whether you're washing a horse, or giving a turtle a sponge bath, or planting a garden. My nephew is visiting me right now, and he has a 96-year-old great aunt. And I'm not Jewish, but his father was Jewish, so therefore he's Jewish. And his 95-year-old great aunt is Jewish. And she's doing very well, lives alone, she can't drive anymore, so once a week he does what he calls a mitzvah, which is a good deed. And he takes her out every Saturday afternoon to do whatever she needs to do. Get her hair done, go shopping, whatever. That could be a purpose, right? My purpose is my great aunt. So, you are important simply because you exist. So this month, we'll be exploring, and by the way, I think rather than transcendent purpose, I don't think our purpose needs to be transcendent, meaning holy, big, like really big. What I do think is true is that our purpose, as we navigate life and live life fully present in this now moment, paying attention to what's happening, listening to our intuition and our internal urgings, now's the time, that our purpose actually, our declared purpose, right, we get to make up a purpose and you can't get it wrong, is transient. Don't you think that your purpose when you were 5 is different than your purpose when you were 20 is different than your purpose when you had young children at home. Then your purpose changes again when your children leave. And now you're in menopause, and do you have a new purpose? Oh, I'm sorry, did I come out? Or you're 85 years old and you have a new purpose. It's transient. I love the transient nature of thinking about purpose because we are evolving, changing beings. That if life is about anything, I think it's about growth or expansion or newness. Yes? Yes. So this month, as we move through, the whole month is about this becoming the more of who we really are. It's actually more than that for me. It's also about becoming unhypnotized by the world, unhypnotized by the news. There's a whole lobby out there. There's a whole group of people who think your entire purpose is to buy their underarm deodorant or their car. That they really do believe that's your purpose, and they're going to make it your purpose. All of life is like that. Everyone thinks they know, so you have to disengage yourself so you can really tune in to what's going on over here, because that one moment in time, when you step out of your skin and do that which is being called for you to do, when that happens, you will make a distinction for yourself that will allow you to live in the here and now in a whole new way. So, our affirmation today, as we step into this, I will read it first and then you will, is, today I know that the purpose of my life is to live my life as me with passion and joy. Thank you. All right. So let's give a pray on this, yeah? So as we move into prayer, take whatever tidbit in here rang true and real for you. It could be what you know to be a dream you have. It could be what you know to be a fear you have. And let's just pray it up or pray it out. So join me in turning within. This turning within could involve closing your outer eyes if that's comfortable for you, and not if it's not. But whatever you do, simply begin to pay attention, not so much to the world, because the world is turning and will continue turning long after we're gone and long before we got here. So our primary interest is this inner world. This space and place and dimension within us that we know is real. We know that it's lovable. We know that it's joyful. We know that left to our own devices and our connection with spirit, that we would be happy and healthy and joyful and playful and present. And so we want to pay attention to this inner place within us. We want to commune with it. We want to have a conversation with it. We want to have a relationship with it. Because it is in that place that we will find whatever it is we're talking about when we talk about this word, God. We will find spirituality. We will find our essence. We will find our natural self, that part of us that is exactly like a rose, exactly like a tree. We have a beingness and isness about us that is irrefutable. And so it is from that place of within that I simply speak my word for and about each person in this room, each person listening from home, each person who will listen at their own space and time in the future, simply recognizing our inherent perfection and wholeness, our inherent purpose, which is to live. to be alive and to enjoy and experience all that that means in any given moment at any given time. Present moment awareness, letting go of the past, releasing the future as a source of worry, and simply being in the moment, grateful that you are breathing, grateful that you have a heartbeat, grateful that you have people who care about you and you care about them. Just grateful. And then let's see what happens. And so with this word released into a universe that says only yes, the universe never says no to you. The universe only says yes. Yes, you are worthy. Yes, you are wonderful. Yes, you are huge. You are big. You are flamboyant. You are bodacious. And yes, you can have, do, or be your heart's desire. Go do it. And so for this word that is released and for our accepting the fulfillment of it, we let it be. And we let it be together by anchoring this prayer by saying, and so it is. Amen. And so it is. Thank you.